I shall not spend too much time here discussing 1970s Trog, or at least I don't plan to. The main reason, I suppose, is that I've been championing the great Freddie Francis on this program, and we now approach what may be his weakest overall film. Though I think about it and I realise any director would love to have their worst film be Trog, except the actual director who is actually behind it. To view Trog without having directed it is one thing. You say to yourself, that was possibly the best version of the film that could have possibly been. Even its producer, Herman Cohen, is said to have considered the film far better than he could have hoped, due to Francis's handling of it. But to the director behind Trog, you have the reputation of directing Joan Crawford on what would wind up being her last film. This has a lot to do with why Trog is appreciated by some as a cult classic today, and the historiography behind Crawford's behaviour on the set of Trog is actually quite interesting. Conventional wisdom holds that Crawford was not in a good place, requiring cue cards and pure vodka in order to function throughout the day. This is a claim emerging primarily, I think, from Francis himself, who, rather nastily and bullyingly, if I may say so, derides Crawford's behaviour as sad, and claims she sent letters to him and his wife for some time afterward, further proving her dilapidated mental state. Francis comes across as getting a bit of a kick out of this, which perturbs me. Maybe he was exaggerating whilst the spotlight was on him. Perhaps embarrassed about the film, he chose to emphasise he did it for the sake of Crawford, whilst exaggerating how sad a state she was in at the time. His claim in particular that she had no friends, and this purportedly being why she stayed in touch with Francis and his wife, I find a little bit dubious. Someone whom the spotlight was on even less, however, was one Joe Cornelius, who portrayed the titular troglodyte whom Crawford's character attempts to integrate into contemporary human life. Cornelius claimed in a 2015 interview with John Waters, I believe, that he does not remember seeing cue cards for Crawford during his time filming, and though concedes she could have been drinking covertly, she was extraordinarily kind to everyone on set, and he claims to have received personal Christmas cards from her for some years afterward. Cornelius is rumoured to have been wearing a used Dawn of Man suit from Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. I so hope that this is true. But who knows, really. All I know is that whilst Trog may be a silly, unintelligent, vapid and unambitious film, cynical in conception, vaguely impassioned, yet evidently insecure in execution, you have no soul if you are not moved by it. Joan Crawford inexplicably wants to integrate Trog into human society. The great celestial toy maker himself, Michael Goff, fervently hates Trog for no particularly good reason, and Trog himself has no idea, really, what is going on around him. His life almost makes me weep. Seriously, it's an effortlessly sad yarn. Francis had Desmond Dickinson shoot this film, which effectively captures the primordial aura of the English countryside, appropriate for Trog's eventual emerging into it. Dickinson was a noted British cinematographer, having been responsible for photographing Olivier's 1948 Hamlet adaptation, and also Jack Cardiff's film Intent to Kill, previously discussed for FOTD, and John Llewellyn Moxey's great 1960 feature, The City of the Dead. Maybe I'm not giving Trog the credit it deserves, and Freddie Francis as well. Who else could have made Trog work? Orson Welles might have fucked this up, but Francis? That able genre titan knew just what to do, and how to work with a talented cinematographer, Francis also having been one, in order to stage it. So this channel officially endorses 1970s Trog, and I'll reiterate that no matter how you evaluate Trog as a film production, if you are not emotionally affected by this film's tragic climax, I don't know if you are capable of loving another living creature.